Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you'll like and learn something in this video and that you will subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you will know when my videos first come out. In this video, I'm going to share several things with you. The first thing I'm going to share with you is, what would you do if you found a little white potato in your pantry that was sprouting? Let me show you what I did. It is currently September 17th. The temperature is 85 degrees right now, but the high will be 96 today. I'm in Garden Zone 8A, Mesquite, Texas, and we won't get a freeze until November, December. And I found this potato. It fell behind something in the pantry, and you can see it has been sprouting. It is dehydrated. It's a little soft, but you can see those sprouts. I'm going to put it in about 4 inches of soil, and I'm not expecting to get a lot of potatoes before the end of November or the 1st of December because they have to be harvested before you get a freeze. I'm putting my fingers down there just to see how far down I'm going so I can put a little bit more soil there. I want to go down about 4 inches, and I'm going to put this right in the center of this pot, 8-gallon pot, and then I'm going to cover it with soil. Make sure that is all covered, and I'm going to water it in. And when I get a few inches of leaves on it, I will keep adding more soil until it comes all the way to the top. And periodically, when I do that, I will make a little video and share it with you. So I put the little label there that is a white potato. It was only one. I don't know what variety it is, but we'll probably get some little bitty small potatoes like that because I've done this before, and they taste really good, guys, when you cook them with something like green beans. Okay, I'll come back in a few weeks. I've been craving something that I used to take for granted because I had 2 of these beautiful trees on my property. And after I moved over here with my daughter and my son-in-law and my 2 grandchildren, Brian and Bria, what I'm trying to say is I've really been missing this fruit. So I decided if I could do it once, I could do it again. And I'm going to show you what that is right now. I ordered these 2 small rooted brown turkey fig trees off of eBay, and they came in the mail today. And I'm going to put them in some pots and let them grow all winter and early spring here in my bedroom houseplant jungle. My granddaughter Bria brought me the box up, and she got real excited when she found out that they were fig trees. And she let me know that she missed having some figs to eat. I'm happy that she remembers everything that I shared with her and my other grandchildren throughout the years. It's really fun, because I'm going to tell you, my grandparents grew so much and taught me so much, and I'm just so thankful, and I remember everything. They came in real good shape, and they're brown turkey figs, and I grew them on my property before I sold it. I sent a lot of people cuttings, but I was doing so much when I moved that I forgot to take cuttings of my own trees, and I was just so inspired by everybody eating those beautiful figs and videos made by content creators. I said, I'm gonna grow some more. I started off with unrooted cuttings, but I'm getting older, so I took a shortcut, and I'm going to grow these that are already rooted. I have the little baby trees potted up, and this year, during the summer, I didn't use my hydroponic systems, but I will start them again when it gets cold. Today is 96 degrees in North Texas. When you get plants in the mail, be sure to not put them in direct sunlight. As you can see, I raised the neck on this hydroponic system because right in here I get a lot of sun. They won't come in direct contact with some sunlight. You see a little bit maybe on the soil, but it's not touching the leaves. I'll keep them here for about a week. Then I'll just put them in the window where I'm rooting some cuttings, monstera and some philodendrons and some poppers. And so I'll probably pop them up in a few weeks because I can see, I'm gonna try to go in closer. But you can see I got a lot of roots developing in these. It's Thursday, September 18th. It's about 92 degrees outside. I went out and harvested my okra because I can't go a day without harvesting it, guys. I'm gonna insert a picture of what I harvested the day before. And I'm just thankful. When you live in a very hot climate like I do in North Texas, you've got to plant what you know can survive. And we know that okra loves warm weather. Okay, just want to share that with you. Now I want to show you how I work smart and not hard. I've been preaching this for a long time. Temperatures right now in my garden zone are in the upper 90s or mid 90s. And that is entirely too hot for me to spray my homemade solutions to get rid of insects. And I've got an infestation, and I'll show you what it is. And I'm going to show you how I make these solutions. So as soon as those temperatures drop and it gets cooler, I'm going to have everything all ready to attack my infestation of insects. This grasshopper is called an obscure bird grasshopper, and they're very large. And there's an infestation in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We are still experiencing hot temperatures in the 90s, but next week is supposed to start cooling off to the mid 80s, and the week after that we're supposed to be in the low 80s. So I'm really getting excited, and so that's why I'm getting my sprays ready now so I can get rid of all of these grasshoppers, because I'm tired of them jumping all over the place every time I water my garden. I'm just sick of it. I just want to show you. Here's one of those grasshoppers. It's not a real big one, but it was eating all on this okra leaf, and I just grabbed it. Usually I won't do it if I didn't have any gloves on, but they just get on my nerves, and I grabbed this one today. This is the neem oil solution that I make up. And here is the pure cold pressed neem oil that I purchased off of Amazon. And I put about an ounce into a gallon container. And as you can see, the oil loves to rise to the top. So you have to thoroughly shake it up. I add a little dish soap. Today, I'm going to add a little bit of this safer insect killing soap. Anytime you see OMRI on a container, you know that it is an organic product and it is safe to use in your garden. So I'm going to add a little bit of that into here, and then I'm going to fill up my little containers. And I just want to show you some of the other things that I have for that grasshopper infestation, and it is only going to be used on the lawn. Now, I purchased this pyrethrum from Amazon. It is not an organic product. I repeat, it's not organic. So this will only go on the lawn. Not in my flower beds, not in my containers that have food growing in them. I just see a lot of little grasshoppers jumping all around, because I'm going to show you this right here. You see all those trees? They like 30 to 40 feet high. And the grasshoppers just accumulate over there, then they hop down over here. But I'm going to spray the garden as soon as the temperature drops down to constantly to 85 degrees or lower. I'm going to spray this whole garden really heavy with the neem oil solution and the insect killing soap. Now this, I'm going to make it up early because I believe in working smart and not hard. And when the time comes, I'm going to spray the grass all over, all behind the swimming pool, and get rid of these grasshoppers. I don't use this on my fruits, crops, my flowers. I only use it in the lawn because the grasshoppers like to stay, what they're named after, in the grass, and then hop onto your crops when it's time to feed. So I do not put this on my crops, even though the manufacturer says that it is safe to use up until the day of harvest. I do not, and that's why you see I have a small bottle. And I bought this back in the wintertime when it was on sale. Now, in this container here is where I make up the neem oil. You know, of course, it's the majority water. About an ounce of neem oil and, you know, a few drops of dish soap. This time I used a half an ounce of the insect killing soap because it is organic and it is a soap. And that's why it gets this little cloudy mixture. So these two I'm going to label. This is for food and flowers. And these two are made for just the grass and the trees and the shrubs. Not fruit trees, just regular trees. Okay, I hope I share something that you can use. Oh, nope. One more thing. When it's too hot, this is what I use. Food grade diatomaceous earth. Let me tell you something though. It will only kill the insects that come in contact with it that day. Of course, you need to wash it off because I do that so my bees won't get hurt, right? But this isn't real effective for long-term use. But when you're in a climate where you have 105 degrees, a heat index of 107 or 8, and you can't put any of these solutions that have oil in them, this comes in handy. It will kill some of them, okay? I hope I helped somebody with sharing this information with you. But like I said before, I can't wait until we get in the low 80s so I can wipe these insects out of here. I thought I would share with you that I use beet tea for the cabbage worms that's surely going to come during the late fall and early winter. And I use this fungicide when I have that powdery mildew. And that often comes during our rainy season. And so I thought I would just include it in this video as well. Now I'm going to show you what I did with the sweet potatoes that I shared in my last video that Brian and Bria helped me to harvest them. What I didn't show you in that video is how to cure them. I may have mentioned in that video that I was going to cure them by putting them in the garage. But you know what? After I thought about it and I took the temperature out in the garage, I realized it was extremely too hot to do that in the garage like I normally do. And that is because I normally harvest my sweet potatoes in November when the temperatures are cooler. But without in the air conditioning in that going out to the garage, it was just too hot. So I had to do the next best thing. And let me just give you a couple of pointers. The temperature that you cure sweet potatoes in should be between 80 and 85 degrees. And you need to do that for 2 weeks or a little longer if you have a real large amount. And you should make sure that the humidity is high. And so I have a thermometer in my room so I can tell you exactly what the temperature is and I can tell you exactly what the humidity is. So I'm going to take you upstairs and I'm going to show you how I am curing my sweet potatoes. Now, there are a couple of things that you need to make sure that you don't do. When you are curing your sweet potatoes, make sure you get good, adequate air ventilation. You should make sure that they're not stacked on top of each other. Examine your potatoes. Don't rinse them off. Leave the dirt on them if it's a little soil. It won't hurt them. In fact, it will help them. And make sure that you remove anything that looks like it has an insect hole or pinhole that an ant or whatever could have bitten into it while it was being grown, because you don't want that to spread. Okay, let's go upstairs. These are our sweet potatoes that we harvested. And I want you to know that the skin on those sweet potatoes are very thin, and that's why you have to be very careful with them. The curing process does several things. One, it toughens the skin up so that they can store longer, right? And then the next thing that it does is it allows the starch in the potatoes to convert to more sugar and make the sweet potatoes sweeter. So if you harvest your sweet potatoes and eat them the same day that you harvest them out of your garden, they're not going to taste as delicious as they would if you allowed them to go through the curing process. Okay, I'm checking the temperature in my room. The first temperature is what the temperature right now is outside, and it's 81. degrees, and inside of my bedroom where my houseplant jungle is that I'm curing these potatoes, it is currently 79 degrees and the humidity is 53. I would like to get the humidity up a little bit, so I have 3 humidifiers, 2 of them are on. I'm getting ready to go outside and work in the garden, so I can close the vent for the air conditioning in my room and try to maintain this temperature. But if I can't keep the temperature between 80 and 85, no worries. All I have to do is just cure the sweet potatoes a little bit longer. Instead of 2 weeks, I'll cure them for 3 weeks. Your sweet potatoes are cured. You can store them in a cool closet or cool room in your home, and they will last you all winter long. I want to say thank you for watching. You know I love you, and God loves you too. Bye now.